welcome back to
What Up Eugene?
the show where we're all doing our best radio voice impressions. Of course, I am Lars, and I am joined, as always, by my host, Dan. Dan, just one question for you. What up?
Hey, what up, Eugene?
Your radio voice is worse than
No,
mine.
let me try. What up, Eugene?
Nice. I guess I'm going to go into a theme for our guest, and it's right here.
Kassidy Zuniga.
Kassidy Zuniga, and she really enjoyed that.
Tell us who Kassidy is and what she's all about, Dan.
Kassidy is a longtime friend of mine, and she is also a graphic designer
I sure am.
in Eugene, Oregon.
That's right.
She works at a business here I will not disclose the name of, but it is... Oh, she shrugged.
You don't have to not disclose it.
It's called PDG. It stands for
Presentation
Design Group. I always think the P stands for Portland.
We're really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portland in the middle of Eugene, off
Yep.
of West 11th. Yep.
Yeah, well, we're actually recording right now live from Portland Alley, so don't get judgy.
I guess that's true.
Better think twice. She is an excellent graphic designer. She does illustrations. She's a Illustrator Pro, one could say, and she has some strong opinions about design in Eugene, Oregon, and that's why we brought her on.
Well, that's excellent. But before we do that, let's move to the alcohol segment. That's the segment everybody likes.
The peer-reviewed beer review.
A little quiet.
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it.
Dan,
Yes.
would you go ahead and read that bottle to me? Now, I went to the beer guy at work and I said, "Hey, what's a good one?" And he said, "This is the oldest brewery still in existence. The year 1040, I think, 1030."
It says right on the top, it says the world's oldest brewery, and then it says Weinhenstoffner.
I would like to say that claim may be in the same vein as our Eugene's Best Podcast claim. So who knows? But
Self-proclaimed.
Eugene's #1 podcast.
Let me see the label on that.
anyone who's
We'll take a
gonna
look
just
at
claim
it.
something, we want you. Just come over, claim your thing. We'll claim our thing.
Look at that family
So this is a
crest.
lager. It's a traditional German style, and it's Bavarian.
Mhm.
So the beer guy told me, if you don't like this, you don't like Bavarian or German style beers. He said specifically, not that it's good, that is correct. This is how they're supposed to be done. So,
Can you read the bottom part of the bottle out loud for us, Cass? What does it say?
I please emphasize that last syllable.
Bavaricum.
Bavaricum, yes.
Oh,
I'm dipping into it.
all right.
All right, let's see. I'm not traditionally a lager fan, but come.
Come on. It tastes different than your average lager.
That's actually pretty good.
Now,
That's a nice bite to it.
The bottle says to serve at room temperature. We were going to spike the bottle and serve it cold because it was cold from work and I stored it in the fridge.
Yeah.
But it's, for some reason, on I don't know, September 27th, it is hot as shit in here. So this is actually getting close to room temperature.
Right.
It's, fine, I guess.
It's all right.
I can see how it tastes different.
It tastes better than like a PBR, but it also kind of tastes weirdly watered down.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's kind of a step above PBR, but not that.
So-
maybe a step stool.
So, Kassidy, here's the deal. On this show, we have a rating system.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we're doing is a thing called the peer-reviewed beer review.
Okay.
Now, there's a Tumblr page where Dan posts stuff. I just look at it once every 2 months or whatever. I just take a look.
That's more than anyone else.
And so he does the graphic designs for it. So
Uh-huh.
we all have a rating system. Every guest comes up with their own rating system and rates the beer.
All right.
I rate between 0 and 300 stars. Now, I do that because it's a pain in the ass for Dan.
That's right.
Last week I had 188, and then a different beer had 189.
Well, I'm just going to make them all 188 or 189 now.
I'm going to count.
You have them both made.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Dan does between 0 and 5 Lars, which is a picture of my face. That's alarming, but he
Okay.
does it. So you get to pick anything you want. We had one person did 8 out of 10 dead Game of Thrones characters, which was awesome because Dan has not seen the show, so he just really got spoiled. Dan's girlfriend came on, Ariel, and she did cookies, and it wasn't really a blank out of blank. One beer got a peanut butter cookie, and one got like a pink frosted
oh my God,
cookie.
that's so her.
Yeah,
It didn't make any sense.
It made no sense because
But it looks great if you actually want to check out the blog, anyone.
peanut butter cookie was an excellent
That's
excellent
awesome.
rating for that beer. That I don't like the frosted cookies as much as she does.
They're pretty horrible, the frosted ones.
She has a very big love for like gross, and I mean this in the most loving way,
Oh,
but like
yeah.
gross, really gross.
You know
like
the
junk
cheapest
food.
seasonal like frosted
Like when
prepackaged
you
things?
eat a cookie and you can tell it was from Albertsons, like
Oh,
that's
sure.
her
Yeah,
go-to.
love
It
it.
seems like.
She's had
that's-
some good control though recently.
Yeah, that's good.
She wants to buy the little fall leaf shaped, basically like they're made by Hostess.
Yeah,
They're terrible, but she loves them and she's controlled herself.
that's good. Everything
So-
in moderation.
I'm starting to like this because it does have alcohol in it. It is the beer guy at work described it as creamy. It is creamy. It's definitely, if you hate the lager taste, that's there. It tastes like a lager. I would never take a second sip of a PBR, and I am taking multiple sips of this.
That's a good point.
It is like at the end of like no matter what, it has a very watered down, like the aftertaste just is kind of just like drinking water, which is not great, but it's not terrible. I
Maybe
mean,
it's good. We don't drink enough water.
I
ever
try
think
to
about
drink
that?
0, you know.
Okay, so I agree with you on this. I normally like PBR.
Mhm.
Every sip's a little bit of torture. But with this one, I have no problem having another sip.
Now, let me ask you this, Dan. What is our alcohol by volume on this? Like 4.5?
5.1.
5.1.
Mhm.
That's a
Thank
weird
you for
German
that.
statistic.
Yeah. That's fine. This is for 5.1, this is fine. Let's go around the circle. Have you thought of your rating
I
system
have.
or your rating? Or both?
I'm going to do my rating system is going to be marzipan pretzels.
Now that is a little bit of foreshadowing for a segment we like to call "What's in Your Marzipan."
Hmm.
There's no music for that.
Not yet. I'm going to do one and 2 crumbs worth of marzipan pretzels
Out of a possible what?
out of a possible of a German basket of pretzels.
Perfect. It's gonna be.
I can't even. I'm trying to write this down and I'm running out of space because
Oh yes, I made a Hirons trip for the audience. For the first time, we have clipboards, paper, and pen to write notes about editing and ratings. Fantastic. 1 and 2 crumbs out of a possible German marzipan basket.
An Oktoberfest sized.
Marzipan.
is that going on right
Credenza.
now or has it already?
It's been happening for a
You know,
while.
I don't know.
I don't understand how it works.
When does Oktoberfest happen?
Like
Because
middle
it's
of
not
September.
it's not
No,
October.
It is like
Not October. And I've seen like so many Facebook posts. We're at Oktoberfest. Where
Yeah.
and
Okay,
why?
So it's.
I don't get it.
I dropped my
And
note.
you-
I dropped my notepad.
While he gets that notepad, I'm going to say in Eugene, I've seen like many like Beer Garden,
Yeah.
Beer Stein. They're all celebrating Oktoberfest. It's not even October
I
yet.
think
So-
it's a marketing ploy.
So I have a coworker who actually went to Germany, like just came back 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't go to Oktoberfest. They were going to, but then they lost their passport, and it was a whole fucking
no.
nightmare. Well, I don't care. The thing is, it was. I don't know how long it goes on for,
Mhm.
but if anything, it's like the festival leading up to October, right?
Right.
Because it was happening around the 20th of September. But it's also like in Germany itself, the big one is in Munich, and that's the huge one. But like every city in Germany has something. There's a lot
Right.
of the small villages,
Yeah.
so those are probably like syncopated, so that you
That
can go
makes
to a
sense.
bunch of them.
Yeah. I guess.
The Germans like alcohol, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
it's all
totally.
year.
Yeah. I guess a quick Google search could have answered that question for me, but I just like to be angry.
It is
about
no,
it.
because I agree. I mean, like the beer culture around it seems excessive, especially like they're like Oktoberfest. We have a special October brew, and I'm like, it basically tastes the
Well,
same.
let me tell you my experience. So we went to an Oktoberfest, and I don't remember where it was, but
Mm-hmm.
there were a lot of hay bales, and there was no parking, and it was a lot of old fat people in sweatshirts, and a lot of waiting in lines, and a lot of tokens for some reason. Because why can't I just ask for a beer and then you give it to me? Like I have to have tokens to pay
No,
for it.
because check it out. Because if you buy $20 worth of tokens and then only get $15 worth of beer, they make $5 profit
Right.
just for
yeah.
free.
Yeah.
It's
And I
awesome.
didn't understand
I
the
love
like
that
weird
system.
currency thing that was happening.
That reminds me of the KLCC Brewfest. That
Oh,
happened a
they
few
have
months ago.
tokens too, don't they?
Except I feel like the KLCC Brewfest was great because what happened there was everyone who was drunk would come to us as we entered and go like, "Dude, I got all these tickets. I can't do it."
There's no way I
and
could do it.
we all gained probably 20 sample beers,
Not
like
bad.
just hanging
That's
out.
pretty
And,
awesome.
and we actually got in for free because there was a couple who like left early and they said, "Do you want our tickets?" So
There's not enough hay bales. We need to go home.
the hay bales. KLCC Brewfest was a success, and I would definitely go again.
I've never been, but I'd like to go. And if there's no weird hay bale situation, I think I'd be into it.
Well, speaking of hay rides, and
Ooh.
have you?
But before you do that, we have 2 beer ratings to go, Dan.
Oh my God.
Let's rate this beer and then move on.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
right.
Yeah. I know the rating. I've known all my life
Have
what I
you?
was going to give this beer.
You've always felt it. Can I rate mine a refill out of 300 stars, Dan?
Sure.
Could I get a?
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give mine my hardest 3 Lars.
Hardest 3 Lars.
Yeah.
Is that like a 3-point Lars?
3.0 Lars.
Okay, all right.
Because I give
Dan
too many
told me some
3.5s, and this is just good.
Yeah, this is okay. That's fair. I actually.
How much was this?
Middle of the road.
It was $2.99. It's one of the tall things. It's like, is that 16 ounces? 18? It's not a full 22, I don't think.
You know what? I'd buy that for $3. Because you buy a tall boy PBR at a bar for $2, I would pay $3 for that.
It's 1 pint.
1 pint.
0.9
16
fluid
ounces.
ounces.
16 ounces.
A point.
Right?
Yeah.
This
Why
pint's
does it say
2 cups.
0.9 fluid ounces? Is
Oh,
that right?
because those are different, aren't they? Are they different?
I don't know.
Cass, what's the name of that beer?
Oh, it might be a pint 0.9, which is 16.9.
Oh, there we go. That's probably what it
Yeah,
means.
it's really silly but they do that. Because I think 16.9, that's a liter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Store dark and keep cool.
What's the name of the beer, Cass?
I already said it.
You didn't say.
Say
I
it
sure
again.
did.
Use the word "come."
The world's oldest brewery. Premium Bavaricum.
No, what's the name
Premium
of the beer?
Bavaricum.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, the main
I don't
name.
fucking know.
Say it.
Wait. Weidensteinreiser?
Let's start with. Okay, hold on. Can I have this now?
Yeah.
I like this. I clearly can't pronounce a German PH, but I know that the W is a V. So, oh my God, there's an H there. Is it Weidensteinreiser? I don't know.
Lars'
where
last name is just as bad as this beer.
Oh.
No, it's a lot easier than that. It's just Feikauser.
I was gonna say, so this claims to be the world's oldest brewery.
Mhm.
My dad's family comes from the East Coast of Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and they have the oldest American brewery there, which is called Yingling.
Yeah.
And
I've heard bad things.
from what I've said, it's just East Coast PBR.
Right.
But they were the first,
Mm-hmm.
so good for them. They're
Yeah.
absolute first brewery. You can still buy their beer, sometimes at Beer Stein
Oh.
if they have it.
You know,
Well, look at you.
I think I'm going to be more generous than you two have. This is a lager that I would drink. And you know what? 225 out of a possible 300 stars. It's different. I wouldn't order it often. But as far as lagers go, it's one of the nicest ones I've had. Probably the nicest lager.
And I believe the second highest rating you've ever given.
What did I... Oh, did I give that Nats? I always want to buy that Reverend Nats. And it's like $7 for the bottle. And I'm like, oh, no wonder it tastes so good.
You can get on sale at Capella Market here in South Eugene.
For what? $6?
Yeah, for
I'm
$6.
trying to break the bank.
Hey, every now and then, Market of Choice here in Eugene, Oregon has it on sale for $4.99.
Oh, I will have to take a look. That's still more money than I'd like to spend on a single beer,
Right.
even if it's a tall one. Dan, hay bales.
You
The
hear
color
those hay bales
orange.
jingling.
No,
Ching,
it was
jingle.
less about the hay ride and more about rides in general, specifically EMX rides.
Oh, the Emerald Express.
That's what it stands for?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought it stood for Eugene.
I just learned
No,
something.
That's why it's green, dude. It's Emerald Express.
Like they should just make
Used
it
to-
full on Wizard of Oz.
Do you
It used
think
to
all those
say it on
people
the
that made
side.
those posters know that?
Probably
I feel
not.
like if they did, they would have spelled it out to like really
Yeah.
drive the point home.
So, okay, here's the thing. Before we get into, I've never ridden the West Eugene EMX. I did drop my clipboard again. I meant to, I just didn't have a chance in between filming these podcasts, which we do film. We don't post the video, we just film it. It's for us.
And strip out the audio.
The big difference that I've noticed at the Eugene station is that it used to be if I was going to wait for an EMX to Springfield,
Mhm.
which is the bus I catch to go to my work, which is not in Springfield, but it's on the way. All the people would get off the bus and then I would get on and it'd be a nice empty bus and I could claim my seat. Now, because this bus is coming from West Eugene, there are people who would like to go from West Eugene to Springfield and they stay on the bus. This was a problem when the Gateway EMX was first introduced. It's probably a problem at Springfield Station, but
Mhm.
I never had to deal with that. Don't ride at Springfield Station. So the bullshit I have to deal with now is that I wait for all the people to get off the bus. Like 3 people get off. Like 60 people stay on the bus, and they have all the good fucking seats.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, get off, get back on again. Like hop in line. You know, it's some bullshit.
I wouldn't know. I haven't run the EMX or any Eugene LTD.
Mm-hmm.
So LTD is gone? Is it now just EMX?
No, EMX is just a separate line that loops around.
It's like how TriMet has the Max. It's not their only bus. They have like 1,000 buses.
Yeah,
they
so
just also have the
there's
Max.
other routes, but this is just an express route that's really
Oh, okay.
convenient. Yeah.
Although the Breeze is gone, so rest in peace.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of the Breeze.
Wasn't
It was
that
the
what
campus, the
VRC?
VRC bus, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, is the
Anyway.
the EMX the EMX? Did the ride free day already come and go, or is it coming up?
That's the thing though. Like when I get on it, they don't check your pass. So I mean, hypothetically, you could ride it for free. I don't think that they condone that, but they have little pay stations at each of those station things on the side of the road.
The deal is, they do check your pass, but fairly rarely. For the first 2 or 3 years, the EMX was free altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Then they changed it, and that has been confusing people for like 7 years. They never know that they're charging. They've been charging since 2009.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's 8 years. The deal is, because there's 5 doors on the EMX that you can board through, the driver can't check your pass when you board.
Right.
So they have like the campus security of LTD.
Oh, interesting.
They
I haven't
board the
encountered
bus
that yet.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
And they'll check everyone on the bus's pass.
That's
and they'll do it at random stops randomly throughout the day.
Okay.
They don't do it all the time. Used to be they'd only did it at the station. So if
Right.
you wanted to get to Springfield for free, you just got on at High Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's fairly random. But it does happen. But like the worst thing is they kick you off and make you buy a pass.
Yeah.
In fucking Portland, I can't remember the number. I know it's high. If it's the same thing on the Max, like they don't check it all the time, but when someone does get on and check, it's like a court date and a $500 fine or something.
Jesus.
Like it's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. They are so serious about it.
That's nuts. Yeah.
So pay for the Max, but you can fucking steal the EMX all day long.
Well, how has your experience been on
Well,
the EMX?
I've actually really loved it because the way I get to work is the West 11th bus when I do take it, and it's usually standing room only. It's always packed, and so the EMX has like really alleviated that, but it's made it worse for Gateway apparently, and then Springfield.
So
area.
basically, east to
And
south is
Eugene.
bad, but west to south is
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
I can wait. I've literally waited at most, I think, 5 minutes for a bus, and then I'm downtown like 10 minutes. And before getting home on the bus took anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, like depending on my, transition bus or switching, routes or whatever. But
Well, that's awesome.
yeah, so it's a big improvement, I think. But
Have you so far done the whole loop West Eugene and back?
no.
So you don't have a review about how the loop feels as a bus rider.
No, not entirely.
the hyperloop of Eugene.
It's good to just get stoned and ride the EMX
Right,
around for an hour or two,
yeah.
just see what
Take
goes
in
on.
take in the city.
Yeah.
Take a look at the Walmart and wave to
Check
it.
out the drunk guys on the bus.
Right. Yeah. See, that's where and really the weird people that I usually encounter on the bus have been alleviated. I don't know if it's just because there's more buses going by.
It's
that
not
people
more
can get
expensive?
on. No, it's the same price.
What about how late does it run? Because is it a viable option for avoiding drinking and driving?
Not
I don't
really.
know. Yeah, and I don't know how late it runs
so-
because I just take it home from work.
As far as I understand, the EMX runs the same hours as the rest of LTD.
Okay.
LTD, up until very recently, the last bus on a weeknight was 10:45.
Yeah, so not
And I
very
think
late.
they've added, so it goes all the way to 11:45.
Yeah.
So you could sort of bus home, but if you were going to be out until the bars are open or until the bars close at 2,
Yeah.
you could not.
Yeah.
So the trick is, walk home or just drink and drive. We're saying it on here. Hey, I recommend it. Like 5 stars.
What Up Eugene podcast?
We condone
we
drinking,
condone
driving.
drinking and driving.
When someone takes that out of context, it was 5 out of 300.
Hey, if you're doing an early night in though, that's perfectly fine to take the bus home.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah.
I like to go to the bar at 7, leave at like 7:25.
I told you. And he goes into Sizzle Pie. The music's too loud.
The music is so loud. It's like 120 decibels.
I think I have to agree with you there though, because every time I've been in Sizzle Pie, it's like they've engineered it to be irritating. Like
You
all
have
the
to
chairs
yell.
are like paper thin, super lightweight,
And they're
they're
tall.
loud.
I
They're like
wouldn't-
made out of aluminum, so
I-
they're hollow and bangy.
I wouldn't know because that place is fucking so full. I've never had a chair. Like, why do you people... Mezzalunas is only like 2 blocks away,
Yeah.
you assholes.
I prefer Mezzaluna. Well, we've talked about it before. We had an early, we had a review of like, I think it was Leo's top 5 bars or someone else's.
That was actually Miles.
That was Miles.
On the episode Miles.
And
of
he
Fun.
listed Sizzle Pie as one of his favorite bars, which brings up an interesting point.
Oh.
Is Sizzle Pie a bar first or a pizza restaurant first?
Well, I think you could look to the name to get the answer to that.
But Miles's overall point was not that he liked Sizzle Pie or the atmosphere, but that you could get your pizza there, sit outside, and do really good people watching in Broadway Plaza.
That's true. I do agree with
Which
that.
you could say the same thing for the Starlight or the Bar Night, the Bar Night, and they're both shit places, you know. Like you can
hates
just get
Barn
drunk
Night.
at a different bar and then go to Kesey Plaza. You don't have
Yeah,
to
but-
spend money at the shit
But
light.
Barn Light gives you bendy straws, and that's really what it comes down to for me.
I was at Barnlight like just yesterday for Eugene Tech Tuesday, which everyone should go to if you're a tech person. And I got a coffee, and you know what? The people there aren't bad, but I can understand that why Lars hates Barnlight.
What do you
Yeah.
guys do there? Do you hack into the Pentagon, or
Well, I try not to go.
Did you say pack into the
I
what?
said hack into the Pentagon?
No. We sit outside and then do like a live feed.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds cool.
I met some nice people there. It's pretty cool.
I actually, like I said earlier, I clicked interested on Facebook, but that's
Yeah.
about all I did.
If you go out there,
I didn't even click through. I just
look for a
clicked
guy with a
interested.
unicorn horn hat,
Oh,
and he'll be doing a live tablet recording of the Eugene Tech community. It's pretty interesting.
right.
It's very
Unicorn
interesting.
horn.
if-
Okay.
Yeah, unicorn horn.
Do you know his name, or
Mark Davis.
Wow.
shout out?
He might be listening to this episode.
Mark Davis, and now we're going to the break.
Yeah.
It was cold, but the blankets were burning. The hot enough to keep the salmon from coming. Tried my best to help and use a yearning, but I guess not. We're still learning. It was cold, but the blankets were burning. But hot enough to keep the salmon from coming. Tried my best to help and ease a yearning, but I guess not. We're still learning. Well, lying in bed, nightmares on your head, scratches from the dead run down your legs. It was cold, but the blankets were burning. Hot enough to keep the salmon from coming. Tried my best to help and use a yearning, but I guess not. We're still learning. It was cold, but the blankets were burning. But hot enough to keep the salmon from coming. Tried my best to help and ease a yearning, but I guess not. We're still learning. Lying in bed, sunbeams on your head. Always wishing for dreams, but running from the damned. It was cold, but the blankets were burning. Hot enough to keep the salmon from coming. Tried my best to help and use a yearning, but I guess not. We're still learning. It was cold, but the blankets were burning. Hot enough to keep the salmon from coming. Tried my best to help and ease a yearning, but I guess not.
Lots of them in my brain, but they never leave.
I really want people to look at me and feel like I know what I'm doing. And with my life, maybe be able to stand up for
my best to help and ease a yearning, but I guess not. Yeah. Oh, I guess not. Oh, I guess not. We're still learning.
Stuck in your mind, loop, 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 stuck in your
Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling that right about now.
That was a groovy one.
That was extremely groovy, actually.
Would you tell me a little bit about that piece of Groovination we just heard?
That groove is by Eugene's very own Michael McCarthy, who plays in some local bands in Eugene, including venues like Happy Hour, I forget what it's called. And also, he and his band played at the KLCC Brewfest. And we'll be having Michael on, not the next episode, but the episode after that.
I believe he'll be on for episode 9. Now, if I had to ask you to describe that as a genre of music, what would you describe the music we just heard? How would you say that music sounds to you?
That's some crunchy, psychedelic funk rock.
That is a lot of genres. That's a good way to just kind of nail it all.
Michael Funk.
Michael Funk.
When we edit the music in, you'll be like, sure, it was definitely one of those things.
Call that guy Michael McFunky. That's a good solo name if you ever go solo.
Let's talk about our guest real quick. This is the first guest we've ever had in the history of this show, which is really this is the episode 7, so it's not a lot, who brought gifts. Several gifts.
I did bring gifts.
Real, honest, heartfelt, thought out gifts.
Okay,
Here's the first
I'm
one.
gonna just say that's half right.
I would say that Kassidy knows Dan and I, who've never had marzipan, are huge fans, love it a lot, and brought some marzipan. Save that for later. We're doing
Save this for later.
I did bring marzipan. What I will say for the backstory of this, though, I have a giant basket of Christmas presents.
Say that one more time into the
Sorry, I have a giant basket of Christmas presents at home that didn't get to certain people that have been sitting there since December.
Is that this marzipan?
And marzipan was in one of the baskets, and I don't think it's ever going to get to the person it was originally intended for, so I brought it here today. So
Don't mind the rapper noises, guys. So this is, you're
called
telling me
it's
right now,
called Foley.
this is, you would say 10 to 11 month old marzipan.
Yeah, but it's still
So
good.
it's aged.
Yeah, it's aged, and it has a expiration date.
Now,
and it
okay,
has
so
not-
there's 3 pieces.
It has not
So there's a
passed yet.
pretzel. Oh, there's 2
The
pretzels.
pretzel has
a beer.
It
and
has salt on it. Look.
I'd say that's a turnip.
A turnip or a radish.
Yeah.
Think
Now,
turnip.
I wanted a part of each one of these because
It's-
I don't know if they
yeah.
have different flavors.
It's Bavarian.
I doubt they do.
Didn't it say it was Bavarian themed?
I don't know what. I've never had marzipan. Could
I
you tell me
haven't
what
either.
marzipan is?
I have no idea what it is.
Is this episode Bavarian themed?
It must be.
Can we call this Bavarian Cassidy or something better? Dan will think of it.
It smells kind of like Play-Doh.
Wow, that's so accurate.
What I know about marzipan is most people hate it, and
One more time into the
I said what I know about marzipan is that most people hate it and think it's gross, but the person I bought this for loves it, and that's why I got it.
Oh.
But they're not gonna get it now. So
Boy, I do not love that opener. Followed by the Play-Doh smell.
But it really does smell like Play-Doh.
does
I
smell
gotta
like-
say.
it's like salt and dough. Like that's accurate.
Are we going for it?
I'm
yeah,
going
we're gonna
for it.
mouth it.
Here we go. Oh, you put the whole thing in your mouth?
Just a little piece.
Oh wow.
It kind of just tastes
You
like
know,
Play-Doh.
I don't think
That's
I've ever
Play-Doh.
eaten Play-Doh, but that's what it tastes like.
That's
Yeah, that's
Play-Doh.
crazy.
That's fucking gross.
Ugh.
I wish
No,
we had
you
a scoop. Oh, it's like a nutty aftertaste. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
a,
weird.
Hazel-
Oh, I know
hazelnut?
this is. No, that's like
Walnut?
hazelnut or almond or.
not almond. Well,
No.
maybe almond. A little almondy.
This kind of tastes like
Hazelnut.
a dense sugar cookie that doesn't have good flavor.
Mhm.
If you've ever had
It's
Play-Doh,
missing an ingredient.
and then
somehow.
at the end of the Play-Doh taste was
Yeah.
hazelnut.
Yeah.
That's fucking nasty.
I'm not a
You guys,
fan.
I think I've accidentally made marzipan when trying to make good sugar cookies and I fucked up.
That's how it was born.
I'm gonna give that like -30 out of 300 stars. That will be on the peer reviewed marzipan review.
Ow!
What did you do?
Oh, the frosting.
Oh,
was it
There was
the,
a little
the
bit
beer?
of frosting on mine. Mine was shaped like a beer.
Yeah.
I was so excited all break long. I was like, "This is gonna be great." That's fucking
Not
gross.
so much. Not
Hey,
so much.
I don't know what it
Bavaria,
is.
get your shit together.
I
Get
don't know what-
IPAs. Get good marzipan.
I'm pretty sure it's a turnip.
I don't know what it is, but can I finish yours? There's something
Yeah,
about
have
it.
it.
And I will say, I
Yeah.
had a second piece of this marzipan.
Yeah.
Not so
Not a fan, but
Oh,
like,
I'm going to town on my second piece.
I
I'll
feel-
chew while you talk.
I feel strange, like desire to have more, and I think it's more about the sodium in it, and also, you know how children or pets will have that disease where they eat dirt to get their nutrients. I think that's what's going on.
You
I
definitely have that.
I feel like it's called like pica or something.
yeah, yeah.
I think I have that right now because I want more of this, but I don't actually like how it
Okay.
tastes.
If you chew quickly, you get through the Play-Doh part. And there's a taste before it gets nutty that I can't describe, and I don't quite like. Maybe that's nuts too.
Yeah.
It's
Not
nuts
a
all the way
fan.
down. I'm gonna have another piece. Next on the agenda.
Yes.
I hate marzipan, but I ate a lot of it. Oh, we're doing a segment.
We are doing a segment.
Let's talk about this segment.
All right.
This segment is called, excuse me,
Oh my god.
the Eugene Prize Wall.
That's
in a
right.
bucket. In a bucket's in parentheses.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Give
I
it to me.
have 5 squares, five questions, trivia about Oregon,
Oh god.
and it's basically if you know Oregon state symbols, such as Oregon's state rock, state gem, etc. I'm gonna ask Cass
Mhm.
5 different questions, and if she can get 2 out of
I
5
don't
right,
think we should even do this at all.
if she can get 1 out of 5 right, she wins a prize from the prize wall, which is actually a bucket.
Yeah, Dan wanted this to be 3 out of 5, and I said, Dan, that's ridiculous. I'd want a prize if I got 1.
Well, what I will say is that if I hadn't seen the bucket before this started, I probably would have been more into it, but
Let me describe the bucket for the audience. Let me do this instead of Dan. You've got a bucket filled with kitchen utensils, stuff like measuring cups. I've got... These are tongs, and longer than really you ever need tongs to be. These are like 18-inch tongs.
those
These
are
are...
culinary grade.
These are commercial, industrial, commercial grade.
I would say, look, I worked in the kitchen at my work for like 2 days. Their tongs were like this long. That's like 12 inches. These are too long. These are long.
What kind of tongue is too
I
long?
have an aunt who owned a booth at the country fair. She had a lot of leftover stuff. I took it, trying to sell it on Craigslist. No luck. So guess what?
Guess
this
what?
is a bucket of prizes.
Well, what happens if I don't answer it?
Oh, do you have an ice cream
No,
scooper?
you have to. Yeah, and actually I see another gray handle. I'm thinking that's also an ice cream scoop.
I know that you and your boyfriend are culinary people. You like to cook
That's
at
true.
home. So maybe there's something that's missing in your kitchen repertoire.
That could be true. I
But you
guess
know what?
We'll see.
We got to begin the trivia
All
to
right.
see if you can even win one of these.
Let's-
Wait, hold on. What is this? Is
Let's-
this a tablespoon? Oh, this is the weirdest, flattest tablespoon I've
I'm
ever
pretty
seen.
sure that's a heroin spoon.
It's a tablespoon, but it's so wide. It looks like it's 2 or 3, but it's so flat that it's just 1.
That's an absinthe
All
spoon.
right, Lars, cue the trivia music.
There's not trivia music, Dan.
There's gonna be.
Are you sending me a sound file?
I'm gonna send you a sound file.
I'm not. I'm making 0 themes for this episode. I'm just gonna edit it.
All right, question 1. Beep. Like the theme's playing right now.
Go
Okay.
for it.
Question 1. What is Oregon's state animal?
The beaver.
Correct.
Yay.
Holy shit! I would not have known that.
What is Oregon's state fish?
Oh, Jesus. Is it the rainbow trout? No? What is it?
It is the Chinook salmon.
Oh,
I was gonna
gay.
say salmon.
That was my second guess for sure, was
Was
salmon.
it points for salmon, or did you have to say Chinook?
You have to say Chinook.
No, I was going to just say salmon.
What is Oregon's state fruit?
Ooh.
Ooh, can I celebrity guess?
You're gonna be wrong, but you can try.
What is it?
Well, I haven't guessed yet. Let's see. Fruit. It's not blackberry. It's,
Oh, it's Marionberry. That was my
Marionberry.
guess.
Although the Marionberry was created at OSU, the state fruit on Wikipedia is a pear.
Really? That was
Really?
actually I thought of that
That's-
too.
That's pretty lame.
We have 2
That's
more
too bad.
left. Cassidy, what is Oregon state flower?
Aw, I used to know this and I don't.
Who knows this stuff?
Wikipedia.
Is not correct. Listen to
I'm gonna
this.
count you down. 3,
No, don't.
2.
I don't know.
It's a trick question. As everyone knows, Oregon state flower is actually the Oregon grape.
No one knows that, Dan. Don't be a dick.
That's
And
cruel.
lastly, question 5. Kassidy Zuniga,
Yeah.
what is Oregon's state bird?
The meadowlark.
I don't know.
Is that it? Let's
From the northern, the southern,
Are you
the
fucking
eastern, or the
serious? I
western
just pulled up-
hemisphere
I just-
of Oregon.
Eastern.
Final answer.
Yeah, I guessed it.
It is the western meadowlark.
So I was close.
You were
That's
close,
amazing.
but no
I'll let
cigar.
you. I'll let you have a save. You ready for this?
Sure.
What is the capital of Oregon?
Salem. Can I not take a
No, you
bucket?
have to.
No,
you have to.
We have
We
ice
can,
cream
we
scoopers.
can throw it away after the show if you want, but you have to. There has to be one less item in the bucket.
Oh my god.
Oh, she's holding up the bucket.
How heavy would you say that is? 20 pounds? 30 pounds? Ooh,
That's a butter.
that's a palette knife. Butter knife? Oh, butter spreading. It could
Butter
be used as a
spreading.
palette knife.
Did you guys have ice cream in your booth?
No, this was for a booth. It was actually called.
Oh, it was that other one that you
called-
went to.
It went by different names. They had French toast and wraps. They were called the Bi-Coastal Cafe.
Wait, what the fuck happened to the Bi-Coastal Cafe?
Are you kidding me? Did you know about the Bi-Coastal Cafe?
I haven't been to fair in like 3 years. What happened? I know
So-
about Night Toast.
So Bi-Coastal Cafe is at the Oregon Country Fair. That's my aunt's booth. Many years they did chicken kebabs. They did wraps, and then I think about 5 or so years ago they converted to French toast.
5 years. They've been doing French toast for like 10 years, but
Oh, they have. Okay.
they've done French toast forever.
I mean, they're always changing, but last year.
Don't mind the bucket sounds.
Oh.
But this year was actually last year was their last year, and this year they were no longer there. It was a different booth.
Did that booth have Night Toast?
They didn't have night toast. They were a.
I'm done. I'm
They were
done.
pierogi.
Hashtag Oregon Country Fair. Go fuck yourself.
Shit.
You know what?
Dropped a
I
cup.
shouted them
There's
out.
some politics that happened there, and I don't know the full story, but it was not. They didn't leave in a graceful way.
It was not amicable.
No, it was not
I-
amicable.
But Bi-Coastal's like everyone's favorite booth. How could they not be?
Are you a North Fair guy?
I'm a South Fair guy. I'm a Far Side guy, but I worked security, which was I worked Peachgate and Cabalgate. So basically, I watched through the entire 8 like 9 times a day.
Yeah. No, same here. Well, Far Side's more North Fair.
Oh, is that North?
So-
I don't know.
That's North.
I
yeah.
think in my head it's like down on the map, but I don't North and South. We never use. We're just like bottom of the 8, top of the 8. You know.
Right. So you guys at the top of the 8, actually.
Oh, is that the top?
Yeah, you guys at
Jesus
the top.
Christ! I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh, what did you pick, Cass?
Oh, I'm still deciding. I don't know.
Oh, make a decision.
You guys don't have tongs?
What is this for?
That's top. Oh, you ever seen like those rotary hot dog things they have at like 7-Eleven?
Is that what that's for?
That's for corn.
It's
Yeah,
for
corn or it's one of those pairs of tongs, but they're not really tongs. They're more like
guess-
thin wire.
I don't think we have an ice cream scooper, so there's residue.
No, you just clean it off.
You don't have to take anything. You just have to.
Oh, this one
take it out
has
of
shit
the
on it
bucket.
too.
Yeah,
You just
obviously.
clean them off, okay?
Just wash your shit.
Why do my prizes have to be dirty?
You just have to clean them off a little.
Ooh, that's a smaller ice
This
cream
is a-
scoop. That
like
can
a
be good for
melon
like a
baller.
dollop of rice.
Can I have 2 of them?
You can have 2 prizes.
I'm gonna have to change the Craigslist ad, but I'll allow it.
She was like, I don't want any prizes. Now I want 2.
Well, if there's 2 sizes, you
Does
never
this
know.
bucket look like it's worth $20?
There's
Yeah,
3
absolutely.
sizes.
Okay.
There are 3 ice cream scoops. You
Well,
can't take only 2 of
This
them.
on its own would be what, like $4?
I'll
It's a
have to- I'll have to
prize.
plug. You know what? This is a good endorsement for my Craigslist ad. We're gonna have to plug this at the end.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh,
Craigslist.com,
Listen,
Eugene,
20 minutes
Oregon.
in. 20 minutes in, there's a real good selling point on this box I'm trying to get rid of on
Just to be clear,
Craigslist.
this
Hey,
is 40 minutes in.
Lars calls it a
40
wall. You
minutes
call it a
in.
box. It is a bucket. Please.
It's a bucket where children can drown, and there's a picture of it on the side.
During the break, I said, what are we calling this? The prize bucket? He said, don't call it a bucket. Now he's all on board with the bucket plan.
You know what I'm bored with? This segment.
This
Me
segment
too.
has
Can we
gone
move
on
on?
too long.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons we brought Cass on is to click her goddamn ice cream scooper. No, is because Cass and I, I'm in the animation scene and video scene. So is she. She does graphic design, video, a bunch of different mediums. And her and I have competed in one of Eugene's biggest film events, which is the Eugene 72-hour horror film contest.
Now, we had who on? We had the game guy. We had Geronimo on, and we talked about.
game guy.
I'll cut that. It's hard. They're all Dan's friends. Who knows their names?
Well,
Who knows your name? We had
Nobody.
Geronimo
I'm
on.
nobody.
We had Geronimo on. We talked about the 72-hour and 48-hour game jams. And I mentioned that I knew people who'd done 72-hour film festivals before back in high school. Now, this is specifically a horror festival, so I don't know if this is related. I think they did like a U of O thing.
Yeah.
But that's all. I just wanted to bring up that I knew that
Yeah, I
that existed.
I think it is related in the fact that some of the same people started it, but it's more the Eugene Film Society that did this, and they have other ones too. There's a 72-hour music video. Is that 72?
Yeah, that happened earlier around
Yeah.
summer. I
Do you have
believe.
to write the song in the 72
No,
hours?
so they have bands and they have filmmakers that team up. So you get paired with a artist or
Does the
filmmaker.
band have to write the song?
Yeah, so it's an original song that's already written. I don't think they have to write it for. I think it's something they have prepared.
That'd be fun if you had 72 hours to write
That
the
would
song.
be pretty cool, yeah. But I think it's something that they already have. It's like a band that already is. And
Right.
Then they're paired up with a filmmaker.
And for those who don't know, how does the 72-hour horror film contest work?
So for the 72-hour horror films, I think the Thursday, is it Thursday or the Friday before?
I think it's Thursday night.
Because they have the meetup, right? So
Right.
like everyone that's interested shows up at whatever venue they choose. And so there's filmmakers, there's actors, there's makeup artists. And so everyone gets a name tag. You get to meet and greet and figure out, who you want to work with and kind of network, exchange business cards or headshots or whatever. And so once that's kind of established, you figure out your teams. And then the next night, I think Friday, they do another event where you get a line of dialogue and a prop. And so you have to incorporate that in your film. And then right after that event is when the 72 hours start. And then on Sunday night, you turn in, and I think you get a thumbstick with your stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, quick correction. On Thursday night, you actually get it because then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I'm mixing that up.
Yeah, and this year it's October 12th to the 15th.
Yeah, we're going to be out of town.
I know. I'm not sure if I'm going to compete again based on my schedule.
Yeah.
I would love to. It's always a good time.
Yeah, I love doing it too.
Yeah.
But we're going to be in California, which sucks, but,
Yeah, Cass and I have created, we've collabed on 2 videos now.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was known as, what was it called?
I can't remember.
Oh no.
You named it.
I didn't name it.
Yes, you did.
No,
you
I
brought,
didn't.
yeah, you did, because
I
you
did
came
name
up with the idea, and Sean's like, yes, we're doing that. What was
Potential.
It? Potential, that's right. Yeah.
Potential.
I named it, I think I did it like as a joke.
You
because
did,
we
and then
filmed
he
it.
totally jumped on it, and then that's what it was called.
The thing about these film contests is you pretty much don't sleep the entire time. And last year, even though my involvement was kind of minimal, I was an actor, I still ended up getting on set about 11 p.m. and there till about 3 or 4 a.m.
It was an all-day affair. And even the
Damn.
first one we did, we were up all night the first night kind of
Yeah.
crafting the story and trying to figure out how that was going to work. And luckily you had people in mind for actors. And then like all that next day we were shooting from like 10 a.m. to like 7.
Right, that's
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah.
And then you had to edit that?
And then we edited it all night. Yeah.
Like editing 9 hours of footage. Just
And
fucking-
Brett ate like 3 boxes of ice cream.
I remember it was rough.
Every time I saw him, he was eating a new ice cream.
'Cause
And I
you
was
guys-
like, what the hell is going on?
Because you guys are low carb.
Yeah,
and I
and
was
so
just
he went
astonished.
hard.
to
He
see him.
went hard.
He came there with like McDonald's,
Oh
Rockstar.
my god, he did not pull any punches that night. It was crazy.
When is this happening this year?
October 12th through the 15th. So by
Is
the
it
time this
will
drops,
the videos be available online to view?
yeah. So what they do is, actually, Cassie, explain.
Oh yeah, they have a YouTube channel or just a playlist, so you can even go back and look at the couple years past submissions and watch them, which is what we did. I think in getting ready for when we did ours, we looked at some old ones to get some inspiration, kind of see how people
kinda
approached
like
it.
a Rocky style montage where
yeah.
you're just sitting there watching
Right.
videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like to go in blind. At least I do, because the spirit of it is that you're creating everything. You have to create everything in it within 72 hours, except for audio. The audio thing is kind of
It's ambiguous. Yeah,
it's ambiguous whether or not you can create it. Like, because you can use stock sounds if it's royalty free, but I don't know if that's really in the spirit.
They don't
of-
really address that in the rules too much.
don't.
But I feel like actual scores or music that would be unique to that would have to be something you wrote, and that's what we did last year. And I kind of did something really quick.
Yeah,
but
it was
yeah, we
great.
had original music for that too.
It really was. For
It just kind of came together.
our film for, I think it was
Yeah.
2014 or 2015, was called Daughters.
Yeah.
It's about a mom who basically sacrifices her daughter in this tradition her family has.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So 3 minutes, you have a line of dialogue, and you have a prop that you have to include. And that's all part of the challenge. And then what happens is everyone gets a screening ticket, and everyone gets to watch all the films.
Yeah.
Which is great and a little bit.
It's really embarrassing too, though.
I'd say it's so long.
Yeah, it's really long, and not to call anyone out, but there was a lot more nudity this last time,
Yeah.
and I don't know what that was about necessarily, but I guess it's fine. But it just seems like people are really going for it, trying to like shock the audience.
Yeah.
As far as horror goes, I mean, like I get the torture porn angle, but it's been done. It's been done so much that it's kind of, I don't know.
Well, and also it's sometimes it's ambiguous whether or not someone created this on the spot, as I was saying earlier,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
or if they had a story and they
In
maybe
mind.
shoehorned in the prop and dialogue.
So, if I'm gathering this right, and I've had several drinks, so maybe I'm not, you're telling me I'm in Eugene. There's some Eugene locals that I might want to see naked, and I just go to this horror film festival, and there's a chance,
I'm not
a small one, but a chance.
I'm not saying it's full frontal or anything, but there were a couple boobs.
Some side
and
boobs,
There
or-
was full on boobs in one of them.
full on boobs.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
ass.
you know,
There's ass.
It really didn't,
man,
in my
ass or-
opinion, attribute to the story at all. But it was there, and
You know, you
it
gotta
sounds
have a
like
little
this
bit.
is the
it
place
was
I should be.
It was memorable. I
You
guess.
can't have a film fest without a little bit of skin, and that's a fact. I went to the recent. They had the best of animation
The
festival
animation,
for
yeah.
Northwest here at Broadway Metro, and when I went there and saw it, I already knew going in. But these animation festivals always, at least one or two of them, is always discovering sexuality.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one was actually just straight up. It was a Polish animation called Pussy,
You're not gonna waste any
and
time.
it was just this Polish girl smoking a doobie in her apartment and just playing with her vagina.
Whoa.
And it like becomes detached, but then the whole metaphor is like she's the her vagina is like rubbing itself on things, and it's
Uh-huh.
like she's exploring her body and embracing her sexuality.
Well, first of all, spoilers.
That sounds.
Spoilers.
Are you sure that was not a porn festival?
It was not. But that was
He
that
paid
was.
good money in daylight to see that.
There's always one of those. I've been to festivals
Yeah.
before, and you expect it, and some are
Yeah.
better than others.
Yeah, and not to say that I'm anti nudity at all. That's
No.
not what I was saying at all. But it seems like, well, I guess
Would
where
you
I'm
describe yourself as pro nudity?
Yeah, I would- yeah,
Where's your line?
I would be pro nudity. It's just that a lot of the time when it was happening, it didn't seem to make any sense. It was just kind of
Right.
thrown in.
It's not necessary for the story.
Right. It didn't really accomplish anything, in my opinion. And also, another side of it, since I've been involved in this process, thinking about, hey, we think you're perfect for this part. Now get naked and we're going to film you in a bathtub. Like, it just seems so bizarre to me.
Well, that's
Oh,
what
I remember
Craigslist
that one
is
now.
for.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
have-
good film.
It
though.
was a really
That was
good one,
film,
but it
yeah.
was like, why? Like, I feel like you could have accomplished the same sense of like loneliness and like I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like vulnerability without showing that.
It sounds
is
like
kind
you're-
of what I mean.
You're disregarding the straight white male vote, and I don't appreciate your discrimination.
Well, you know, speaking of that, I have replied to several topless bartender ads on Craigslist, and I never get replies back. And
That's-
they don't specify the gender of the bartender, so I'm like, what, you don't want my hairy titties? Like, what's that?
I don't know.
I've been poking on mass. You know?
I don't know.
You've been what?
I'm a solid C cup, you know?
Oh, okay. I don't know. You want to
Yeah,
compare
well-
boob sizes later?
I don't know. Maybe, do you want a topless bartender with me?
I'd love to.
The drinks are so you forget what you saw on the bartender,
Right.
which is not attractive. We have another segment here.
Yeah.
We're just going to rush on through.
Alrighty.
Gift number 2. Now, our guest was so nice. Not only did she bring... It's hard to call that a gift. That was fucking
It's-
gross.
Yeah,
Not
it
only did
was.
she bring marzipan, she also brought this thing, which is like maybe flashcards on a chain, and they're all
No,
sorts of
so
reflective backgrounds.
What I do at work, I'm a graphic designer, but where I work is more of a
Like
like
paint swatches?
architectural design firm. So we have a lot of samples for clients that, you know, we can send in the mail and say, this is kind of what we're thinking for the wall or like whatever material. And we have a giant like closet of all this stuff. And sometimes, you know, like kind of like Pantone swatch books, but they're for metal laminates or whatever, wood laminate. And sometimes they go out of business or they're not relevant anymore, or they come out with a new set or something is discontinued. And this is one of those cases. And the guy at work was like, hey, this isn't relevant anymore. Do you want it? And I was like, hell yeah, I do.
Because-
and so I took it.
Because they make great coasters.
They make good coasters. You can do artwork with them. I have we do a lot of glass, like direct printing on glass and wood and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes there's extra pieces of glass I can take home if nobody's going to use it. And so I'm kind of a, I don't know. Yeah, if you want to take a look at
Yeah,
it.
let me review a few of these. So, first of all, these all, you know, they have a bit of a foiling on the back. I'd say
Yeah.
they're all pretty curled. So, I don't know if I would have.
They're really old.
I wouldn't review any of these as solid coasters, but if you'd like to spill a drink, like this gold one here, that's an excellent coaster for spilling a drink. Now, what's that one called? Nevermore Metallage.
Yeah, the
Now, there's a
names
bunch
are,
of numbers.
the
Okay.
names are pretty awesome too.
Okay, so this is kind of a copper, but it's got like a giant line in the middle. It's all scratched up. That's the same name.
I think Nevermore
Well,
must be
Oh,
the company,
the
right?
name
It's
is
the
no, the name's
company, yeah.
later. Oh, so the name of the last one is Alu Or. Dan's phone's going off.
I'm
A second.
sorry.
Stop setting alarms, asshole.
Well, so we don't.
Alu Corral. I've got
Behind
a
the
silver one here.
scenes. BTS.
These are the worst. Alu matte. They all just start with Alu. Okay, this one's cool. Do this one on the Instagram.
Oh, to do
Instagram
that one?
yeah.
I gotta
That's the
say,
winner?
out of all the
That's
namings,
called Alu Brisset
the-
puzzle.
out of all the namings of things, I think Benjamin Moore has it beat. Like some of their
I feel
names
that-
for
oh, yeah.
colors are
Oh.
amazing.
Hold on, I peeled that part off, so now we have a
Hold on
nice.
still.
You're gonna.
We're good
Tilt it.
on What Up Instagram photos.
That's right.
We'll
we
edit.
got some followers on there. You know what?
We'll edit this part out because this is 50 minutes in.
You
But
know, I think Hitler had a point. that's how you know to edit it out. Edit it out.
God, these are fucking cool when you take the part off.
Yeah.
Why'd you leave the parts on?
Well, it's to protect them. Like I said, I just got it.
Okay, well, I'm taking. First of all,
Go
this
for
is a
it.
gift, right? This
Yeah,
is
go
mine
for
now.
it. Yeah, it's yours.
No, I want some of those.
No, you don't get any of
Oh,
them.
Jesus. You're going to bend them.
I'm gonna edit
You're
that
gonna
part out.
bend it.
You're going to bend your coaster.
Oh, fantastic. Well, when you cut the little bits of safeable coaster footage together, you get us in our next segment, which is shouts
have
and
to-
murmurs. No, are we not done? What
Shout,
are we-
oh, are we going to do the calculations, the statistics?
No, because I have not queued up that sound file.
No.
When we edit all that together and we get to this part here,
Oh my god.
we're gonna find.
Are these kind of like
gonna be a lot of-
breadcrumbs for
we're gonna-
yourself?
We're gonna cut. We're gonna cut a lot of stuff. I'm at like 54 minutes.
Do you feel? I was gonna ask you this earlier, but
Give it
then
to
you
me.
told me to save it.
Sorry.
So, do you feel like the confines of a podcast is like a prison? Like when you say something clever outside of this room, you're like, shit,
Yeah, no, that
it
happens.
happened, and no one was around to hear it.
I sometimes what I do is I save it.
That's what I say. Like, when you're about to tell me something, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
no, save it. And I say that to Lars. He's like, let me tell you what happened today. I'm like, no, save it.
That's
Like
It could be garbage. It could be good.
I had someone.
that's
who,
such an
who-
interesting dynamic. Like
I
you're
had
just
someone
both
who-
trying to
No,
like
it is-
make a connection
It's
with
like-
each
it's
other.
like
Like,
hol-
save it.
It's like holding in a good fart. I had someone. They never made it on a podcast, but they were gonna come, and I think they told me they were an orphan, and they had like a whole. They were like, "Let me tell you my whole life story because it's really interesting." And
Right.
I was like, "Don't fucking tell me. Say it on the pod."
It has to happen
It
right
has
now.
that because I want a real intimate
Right.
reaction.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna fake it. You know, I'll just be like, wow, that's cool. I already knew that.
Here's a real, just candid question
Candid.
for Cass.
All right.
For all of you. What are you going to be for Halloween?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know.
If you had 72 hours to decide.
What were you last
And I
year?
kind of do. I made that mask, the goat head.
That's right.
So it was kind of not a thing. It was just kind of Halloween-y,
Scary.
I guess.
you know, as long
yeah.
as it's, like, I've considered doing generally just creepy masks.
But Brett wanted to be a pimp wizard.
Mhm.
Like he keeps wanting to combine ideas, and I'm like, Brett, no one's gonna. If you get the afro and the beard, no one's gonna know you're a wizard. And
But
if
if you
you
have
get
the
the
staff-
robe, like it won't make sense.
Hold
Like
on,
there's
hold on,
not
hold
enough
on.
of
If
each
you
thing.
Get a staff that both says, I have bitches, and also I'm Gandalf. That's the staff.
What store do you buy that at? Is my question.
No, that's you make that. You make the pimp wizard.
There's no
cow-
time. The
What-
30th is today.
What was he 2 years ago? That was a good one.
He was the werewolf pope.
See, that was a good
Yeah, that was
combination.
and see, that was out of like we were at Spirit like 3 hours before that party, and I was like, holy shit, I don't have an idea. And he's like, I'm gonna be werewolf pope. And I'm like, god damn it, like that's awesome, and I hate you.
And what were you?
I was a sexy rabbi because
Because you're worth the pope. Sure.
exactly. So,
What I'm getting is that you should go to Spirit and combine two things.
that's what we went.
Go without Brett because
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna beat you to it. Go without him and pick the best two. Just like frog ghost. Just like pick
Actually,
two.
that's pretty good.
Right?
Frog ghost.
Like a
like
a
it.
frog that jumped in the pool and it got dried out by the chlorine.
Oh,
Or like
yeah.
well, no,
that squirrel.
or like-
remember that?
Oh, God.
Like a ghost prince who was turned into a frog.
What are you going to be, Lars?
Oh, nothing.
What
I
have
don't
you
do
been in the
Halloween.
past? Do you not do Halloween?
I not really no. I'm not really a holidays person, Dan.
No, he's one of
God, I don't know.
those.
3-4 years ago, I did one of the Blues Brothers, and it was like this costume's easy because it's like a pencil tie, a
Right.
jacket, and glasses. People were like, "Which one were you?" And I'm like, "I don't know, like one of them."
You're not one of those kids that
They
like
the
all look
skinny
the
one.
same, am I
You
right?
wear the
I'll go as the
shirt.
fat one this year.
you wear the shirt that says "This is my costume." I hate that.
No. What I do is everyone else goes out, and I just stay at home and get drunk.
I gotta say though, Spirit had some pretty amazing stuff.
They always do.
They had one that was called Skelleboner.
Skelleboner.
It was a whole skeleton suit, like one of the Green Man suits,
Yeah.
but it was black, and then it had the bones on it. I don't know if they glue in the dark, but then it had a dick bone, and it has a fucking air pump in it, so it like can become erect.
Oh, nice.
And
like
I was just
dodgeball.
like, oh my god, that's amazing. And the name was perfect and everything. Yeah, it was good.
That is great.
Yeah.
We're hitting that mark, that hour mark before editing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about shout outs. Are there any
Sure.
Has anyone in this room been on tumblr.com and said, "Hey, that's great. This particular Tumblr URL, let me share it."
Have you, Cass?
Have
Oh,
you, Dan?
sure. Plenty of times.
What's one you can think of that's totally not authored by you?
Here it comes.
Wait, why? Why do I have to
Well, okay.
say
First off, you can check out our Tumblr, which is whatupeugene at tumblr.com.
.tumblr.com. And in fact, also
Gotcha.
peer-reviewed beer review.tumblr.com. That's peer-reviewed with an ED, beer review without. Some people say that's a hard to remember URL. Some people say, is it the peer? No, it's just peer-reviewed beer review. Why is it hard? Look, it sounds good. That's why. I don't
Just
care.
one follower is all we need to keep it going.
I'll follow you right now. What is it again?
Yeah, well, we don't have time for that
You're like,
because I have to
what
pee
we want to
again.
hear about is your Tumblr. So is the name of the Tumblr victorbaldance.tumblr.com?
So
No,
I
that's
thought-
what she likes.
So when we were off mic, I thought that we agreed that you were gonna act like it wasn't mine.
Oh, I mean,
Well, we can edit this. Let's just skip. Dan, so what was that Tumblr you told me about?
oh, the one can't even literally.
Can't even literally.
Can we just tell the backstory on this
Okay.
first?
You
Like,
tell it.
so I've been on Tumblr for, let's see, I think since 2007, so a long time. And my
That's a decade in layman terms.
right, yeah. So it's just Kassidy, my name, .tumblr.com. That was like before you had to add a bunch of numbers or whatever.
Sure, you got
to
the
it.
OG. You're
Right,
rocking
yeah.
it,
So I've had it for a long time, but then they added like you could make sub vlogs or do whatever. And there's a lot of, we noticed anyway, Dan and I, that there were a lot of like really cliche pictures of like lakes and then like believe or like, you know, just words over them that were just so stupid and like
Text overlays on filtered.
right. And
Oh,
just
sure.
like really fakely inspirational things that didn't really make sense to us. But they had like millions of notes. And I was just like, who is liking this stuff and how can we profit off
Yeah,
of it?
I've literally
Where's
seen
the
like
money.
I've seen photos where there's a bunch of balloons that just were in a corner of a room with a filter. 2 million likes and shares. on
So
Tumblr.
basically, I was like, hey, Dan, can we just start a blog and start making these like fake ones, like to see if we can get notes? And
Yeah.
so we did that, and it actually kind of took off at first, and then it just kind of died down.
Well, because we stopped making.
Right,
them.
exactly. But the one of my favorite ones is I was at Red Robin and I was eating dinner, or I was about to. I was ordering, so I had the menu, and for some reason at the time their menu said "Live, Laugh, Love" on it, and I was
Sure.
like, holy shit. So I just like tilted it to the side and took a picture of it, and I had some filter app on my phone and like did a gradient and posted it, and it got like 300 notes like in 2 days. I was
Hey. You
like,
You took the most generic
I did!
phrase.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
And then another time I was like in Michael's and there was a picture frame with just like something similar to that in the frame, like you take this home and put your family in it.
Oh,
Like it
sure.
was just a
But you just- you
placeholder,
just
but I
took
just
that-
took a picture of
The
it
regular-
and people went ape shit over it. And I was just like, there's something here, I think.
That's how it is. It's
Yeah.
about being as generic and likable as possible.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, do you have regular social media you'd like to pimp at the very end? Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Your personal address.
Not so much. I'm
You
Kassidy.
can come to my house. I'm in Eugene. Let me tell you where.
I'm at Kassidy Zuniga, Instagram, and Twitter, but I don't really use it. Like I said, Kassidy.tumblr.com. I don't use that too often, but I'm on there. Also on Facebook, if you care to do the research to find where I am.
Sure, they know your last name at this point. You've said it several times.
So, yeah, so if you want to come be friends, totally into it, as long
Sure.
as you're going to be cool. I don't
She's
know.
probably for hire for graphic design work. You just have to pay more than her current employer. So look
Right.
into that. Make an offer.
Yeah, make it worth my while.
If you want to hire someone else, you can look at Dan Koss. Dan Koss. That's KOSS. You do it twice. Dan Koss. Dan Koss. That's on Instagram. Now, if you're looking at a post on at Lars in the Studio and you see like 13 likes, probably most of those Instagram accounts are run by Dan. So look at any of them. There's one called Koss Arts. Look at that one. It doesn't matter. They're all Dan.
Ooh.
At Lars in the Studio. That's where you'll find me. Moments Ago Studios. That's on SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/Moments Ago Studios. That's where you're hearing this. iTunes and Google Play coming soon. I'd say season 2. That's gonna be like episode 11. We're gonna get there. We're not there yet. We're lazy. I don't know. Oh, if you want to comment, do it on Instagram, do it on SoundCloud, do it on Tumblr. But if you want to send an email, if you want to say, hey, I hate you guys, at momentsgostudios@gmail.com, just let us know. You know, feedback. We've never received a real email. We've sent each other emails several times, so send us a real one. Peer-reviewed, beerreview.tumblr.com. whatupeugene.tumblr.com. That's all of our links. Just use one of them. If you're on SoundCloud, there's a link that says Tumblr. There's one that says Instagram. These are all real links. You just click on it. You click on the email link. It'll open like an email in your account, and you just send it.
Just
you
click
say,
on
hey,
the link.
Just click on the link.
click the
Click
email
the
link, and then
link.
say, hey, kill yourselves. That's all you have to do.
Three last things I will say. Go to the Drink and Draw at Cornucopia's 5th and Pearl, 9 p.m. every Monday night. Have some drinks. Have some burgers and brews. Have some fun and win prizes.
Tell me about Tuesday. What's going on Tuesday?
Oh, geez. Tuesday. You don't even want to know about Tuesday.
Tell me what's going on Tuesday, because I need to know.
Because Tuesday is the best day of the week.
Is it the tech one that you were
It's-
doing?
No.
I thought that was
Oh, wait,
Tuesday.
that is, yeah. Every Tuesday.
Tuesday.
every Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Every Tuesday.
at the Barn Light.
At the shit light.
That wasn't what I was going to plug, though. That's why they threw me off.
Wednesday, 10 p.m. at Lucky's. That's the Funk Jam. They got a house band. You can learn covers. They'll tell you what songs they're playing. You can go play with them. Bass, keys,
That's cool.
drums, with singing. They have mics for sax and shit. Like, whatever instrument you play. You play kazoo, you're like, hey, I know all these funk jams on kazoo. Come jam with them. They're fantastic. They're super talented. I want to play with them. I can't yet. I've got to practice more.
You got to practice
What's your
more.
next? Plug
My
more.
next thing is the 72-hour horror film contest, October 12th through the 15th. But you got to get in line at the Eugene Film Society right now and sign up, pre-register, because people have been signing up nonstop. It's getting
it's
crazy.
crazy.
They
They sell out.
closed registration last year. They had to cut it off.
They can
because
happen
too
again this.
many
I might
people-
not be able to get in this year.
What's your last thing? You got another thing? Is that all?
Well, last thing I was gonna cross promote Classics with Carlos season 2.
Oh shit. Okay, so here's the deal. For 3 months, we've been in intense financial negotiations. We've been trying to get Carlos back. We did season 1. We did 8 episodes. It was awesome. We paid him nothing. He's like, pay me a lot of money. Pay me $300 million. I was like, Carlos, I don't have that. And here's what I did. I said, Carlos, here's the Patreon link. He took the Patreon link. He posted it on his social media. You guys were incredible. In just 3 hours, we raised $300 million. We are paying Carlos $300.
That's
from the Patreon.
amazing.
It's,
Way to go, guys. I mean,
We
really.
met our stretch goals.
yeah.
So,
So-
Hurricane Irma came and went. 300 mil went to Carlos. Thank
Carlos.
God for Patreon.
So,
I
this
really got to
October,
give it up.
2017.
People are dying in the streets, but Carlos is fine.
Carlos is back on the air.
Puerto
And
Rico-
with that,
Put in Puerto Rico on the back burner for now.
Absolutely.
Let's,
the earthquake can wait
Yeah.
yeah.
because
So
Carlos needs to be on this
Carlos
podcast.
is on the air. And with that, I have to pee so bad. Gotta go. Studios.